Hello there and welcome to the Liverpool versus Arsenal preview ahead of the Carabao Cup game. Now, let me know what your thoughts are ahead of this game and how seriously do you think that we should be taking this game, or should we be putting out a similar sort of lineup as we did against MK Dons in the last round? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm going to get into what I think right now. Now, for me, Liverpool versus Arsenal, it's a big game, but it's in a competition that I honestly don't think I could care less about if I tried. And I'd have to really try. Really would have to concentrate all my efforts on not wanting to be in this competition. I don't like the competition. I actually think it should be a competition where you should be able to opt in or opt out. Do you want to take part in this competition? No. But it's one of those, we're in it. And I think if we take the approach that we did with the last game that we played, and I've got the lineup for the last game that we played against MK Dons, if we go with that sort of lineup for this competition, I'm not entirely bothered about it, because it was based heavily on the youth team as well. Had a couple of senior players in there as well, but heavily based on the youth team, and I'm a fan of that. Whether we're coming up against Arsenal, and obviously it depends as well how seriously Arsenal are going to take this game. They might take it very seriously, especially with how things are going for them, and I'll get into that in just a second as well. But the lineup we had last time out was Kelleher in goal, Milner at left back, Lovren, Joe Gomez, Hoover at right back. You had Naby Keita, Adam Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Then you had Curtis Jones, Ryan Brewster, and Harvey Elliott. Now, Harvey Elliott probably won't be able to play because he's suspended over the incident that he did with that mimicking Harry Kane video. So he probably isn't going to play. So there's definitely going to be a change there. Someone else will come in and play. The other change that I would like to see, though, is Lovren played at the weekend. And to be fair, didn't do too badly. You know, if anyone who's watched this channel for any amount of time, I am one that criticises Lovren quite a bit, probably maybe too much. So maybe rest him. Joe Gomez comes in as a centre-back as well. And I wouldn't mind maybe rolling the dice, if they can, on Sepp van den Berg. Why not? Let's see how he does. Let's see how he does in a game where, you know, I think the expectations would be low. Because I don't think many Liverpool fans are really wanting us to go to a final in this cup. I don't see it. I spoke to a couple of my mates who are Liverpool fans yesterday, and they were just like, honestly, stick with the youth guys. If they put in a good performance, great. They're probably going to develop a bit, learn a bit more about themselves as a player. But regardless of that, the last thing I want to see is a full-strength lineup coming out against Arsenal. Because if Arsenal turn around and they do a whole full lineup with Aubameyang, Pepe, and Lacazette and stuff like that, okay, cool. You guys really, if you want to win silverware this season, this is probably going to be one of your only chances of being able to do it. And that's not being disrespectful to Arsenal. It's literally what it is. You know, they don't look like they're going to challenge for the Premier League. The Europa League, they might, because again, it's based on their youth team when they play in the Europa League and they're getting results. So they could go and win the Europa League. But FA Cup, don't know. It just looks like one of the options to win a cup for Arsenal, if that's one of their priorities this season, which it shouldn't be in my opinion. If I was them, I would take top four over a trophy if I was Arsenal. But hey, that's me. So in terms of that, I think Van den Berg, I want to see the guy play. You know, I tweeted the Red Men Academy Twitter account the other day just to ask how he was getting on. They say he's improving. He started slow. They were conceding goals. He wasn't looking quite so confident, but is progressively getting better. He's still a young lad. He needs time. He's coming to a different country. He's got to settle in. He's 17 or 18 years old. So as a centre back, it's a hard position at any age. Not everyone's going to come in and do like what De Ligt has done at his age, and even then now he's moved to another big club, and he's struggling. It's one of those things. Now, obviously, I'm not comparing Van den Berg to De Ligt, but you sort of get what I'm trying to say. So why not have these guys come in? If players like Larouci and all that lot are available to play, play them. I know he played left back for us at pre-season. Is that a position he can play? Because why not? Instead of having to have Milner at left back, give the guy a bit of a rest. He might not need a rest, Milner. It's Milner. He's a machine, but whatever. Mohamed Salah has trained on Monday, I think it was. Monday? Yes, it was Monday. Yes, it was yesterday. He's trained, so most likely what I imagine that you're going to see in this game is you're going to see a similar sort of youth-led lineup with possibly a very, very strong bench. Possibly, you could see that. So that if we are wanting to go and win this game, they can make the changes if they want to. We've got Aston Villa at the weekend, I think. So even then, you're going to want to, because that's not going to be an easy game either. You're going to want to maybe save the likes of Salah, Sadio Mane, give these guys a bit of a rest, Fabinho, and such like that. I'm quite happy for us to go with a similar lineup like we did against MK Dons and just see what happens. Arsenal, I actually do think that this game will be a priority for Arsenal. Things are not looking great right now, and this will be a game for Arsenal where they'll be looking at it to just go and play. Maybe in my opinion, this is just what I'm thinking. Outside looking in, they're enjoying watching their youth guys play football, and they're enjoying them watching them in the Europa League. They're enjoying them watching them in the previous round. They were against Nottingham Forest and they won 5-0. I think that they're more enjoying watching the youth team than they are watching the full senior team. The youth team, and to be fair, when I've watched a couple of their games when they've played their younger team, they seem to play much better football than their senior team. I don't understand it, honestly. Is it because they're coached by a different person? That's not for me to say, because I'm not an Arsenal fan. But honestly, they do seem to play good football. They have good passing moves. They can move quite quickly. And in front of goal, they don't seem to do too badly. So I think it's going to be a good game to watch. It's just not a game that I'm bothered about. I think that Arsenal will be more bothered about this game than we are. That's how I see it anyway. I might be wrong in that one. An Arsenal fan might want to comment on this and just say, what is your priority? Do you want to go further in this competition? Or do you want to kind of sack it off and focus on getting into the Champions League, which is what I think you should be doing, in my opinion. I think you get more from it. You get into the Champions League for the next season. This doesn't give you that. If you go and win the Carabao Cup, what it guarantees you in the Europa League. This is why I consider this cup to be for teams that are placed 8th and lower in our league. That's just how I see it. So, in terms of a score prediction and stuff like that, honestly, I can't give one because I don't know how we're going to line up. I don't know how we're going to perform. I don't know how the young lads, if we go with a similar sort of lineup to what we had against MK Dons, I don't know how it's going to. I don't know how they're going to do. They did well against MK Dons. They won 2-0. I don't think it's going to be a 2-0. I think it could be something maybe even a 2-2 and it goes to penalties or whatever. Maybe something like that. But I think, honestly, the only priority for this game for me is get the youth guys playing, give them experience. And if you do want to go out and win the game, you've got experience on the bench, you've got class on the bench. But otherwise, just let them play. Let them play. And if they go out, they go out. It's fine. Arsenal, this is the only time I'm ever going to tell you, knock us out. Because I don't want to be in this competition in January. Honestly, I really don't. When it hits January and you're in the Carabao Cup and you're in the FA Cup and you're in the Champions League, you've got the Premier League. No. Just knock it on the head. Just do us a fucking favour. Honestly. So yeah, I'm just kind of hoping that we get a lot of the young guys game time. That's all I'm bothered about, really. And some of you might not like that, and that's totally fine. But this is just my point of view. It's not a cup competition that I like. It's not one that I've ever looked at and thought, you know what, that is a trophy that we need. We need to go and get that trophy, especially not now. It's not what we should be fighting for, honestly. If you can pick it up, great. If there's nothing else to fight for, alright, you might as well give it a go. But if you've got other stuff that you're fighting for, they're the priority over this. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let me know what you think the squad and team lineup should be. And let me know what you think, how are Arsenal going to line up as well? What do you think the score prediction is going to be? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching there. What is going on with my mouth today? It's just not doing good. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.